Show Films. Before you enjoy the following production, there's just a few things I'd like to get out of the way first. Starting off, I'd like to thank all of our Patreon supporters, especially our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic, Cat, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. If you'd like to support us, you can do so on our Patreon, patreon.com/fsfilms, as well as by following me on Twitter @JohnnyBates, following and subscribing to us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Senstaku, on YouTube, youtube.com/Senstaku, and on any of our podcast feeds, links to which you can find on my Twitter account. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I hope you have a good time. Bye.
And we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Breakverse, where we've got a slightly reduced cast this week, so we're going to go and introduce him. Jeremy.
Hello, my name is Jeremy. I am playing Ibsis, the Yanti Pureblood Ranger.
And Kat.
I'm Kat, and I'm playing Ska, the Wood Elf Barbarian Cleric.
And we are without Navarin, who plays Alistar Amaran, the bard.
Half-elven bard.
Half-elven bard of the group. I think Navarin often introduces him as the idiot of the group, which is why I forgot. And our human, I believe, cleric.
She's a wood elf.
Our elf and cleric, Wolfina, which kind of sucks because we're in the middle of combat.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that's a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you know. Here's hoping we survive.
Yep. All right. So, we're just going to start at the top of the initiative order. I know that's not where we were. I don't care.
Works for me.
This dragon has landed off to the side and seems to be eyeing all of you.
How fucked up does it look right now?
Make me a insider nature your choice. I'll give. What type of favorite enemies do you have?
My favorite enemies are aberrations and fae.
Sorry, no advantage on this.
Okay.
But
I'm actually slightly better at insight than I am at nature. 8. Because me.
with an 8, it's injured. That is undeniable. It's definitely below half health. But you did also notice recently that it was regenerating health by using the tree somehow. So, big ol' question mark?
Right.
Sorry.
Okay. Nope, that's fine. Did we? Okay, you're gonna have to remind me from last week. Did we try to do anything with the chains themselves? Did anybody? I feel like Wolfina was trying something, or Ska or something.
Wolfina tried a restoration spell that the dragon managed to interrupt by ambushing her.
Okay.
But no one has tried anything on the chains themselves.
Okay. Well, since I'm just about out of spells, I am going to... Yeah, this tree looks kind of bound by things. I am going to try and break one of the chains.
Okay, with your crossbow or
with
sword?
my crossbow currently.
Okay.
If it ends up not working, I will try something. I will try with something.
Yeah. Make me an attack roll.
Okay. It's archery, so I have +2. 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 14 piercing damage to the chain.
And that is a magical crossbow. So
yes, it is.
Yeah. You just let off a shot, and It seems like the chain might have some resistance that your magic pierces directly through, snapping it. And I assume you're aiming for this one?
Yes.
It is essentially removed. Snapping. You can actually hear a soft wailing sound as though there's wind coming through it from this near you. And you can see the tree brighten in color slightly.
So she calls out in her complete lack of like heightened, and there's a sense of authority to it, but there's no like shout, like blood rushing kind of thing, just destroy the chains. This will, it seems to be what's, just destroy them. And for my action, or for my movement, actually, that was one attack.
That was one attack. You have another one.
I have another attack, so I'm going to go after... Nope, I'm going to... Let's see. Oh, that's right. They just changed these, the way that
The ruler
thing
works.
I like
Yep.
it, but I had completely forgotten about that. Yeah, 50 feet, that's fine. I am going to shoot at the chain that is closest, so no one has to run right up to the dragon.
Okay. This one?
Hold on, I just put my character sheet up. Which one?
This one or this one?
This one right here.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, she quickly slaps another arrow bolt in, takes aim, and 25
25 will hit.
for 8 piercing.
Yep.
Did that look like it broke it?
That doesn't seem to have broken it.
Okay.
It seems weakened and it creaks, but that doesn't seem to have been quite enough.
That's fine. And for my movement, I am going to go... I'm trying to get out of range of anybody else. Well, that'll be reliant on you to move somewhere.
I plan on moving, so there you go.
So I will actually, you know what? I'm going to move back 15 feet because I got range. 5, 10, 15. There we go. And that's my turn.
All right. Wolfina will listen to you on the chains because she was already trying to help the tree and she can see that helped. Short sword attack. 20 will hit. She deals a small amount of piercing damage to this chain with her attack. That's gonna make it Scar's turn.
Sweet. Since falling out of the tree made me lose my rage, I will rage again, because why wouldn't I? And then I will come up to this chain and smash the heck out of it.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to have advantage, but 21 for 14 slashing.
Yeah, that'll cut through it.
Sweet. And then I should still have enough movement because that was only that was less than half of my movement. So I should be able to still move over here, staying away from the dude. so he can't hit me.
Yep,
And-
and that tree. Hopefully, the tree is effectively blocking, so he can't hit the both of you.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, you're on opposite sides from the tree, though. That does mean
that one.
Killer can't see you.
Yeah.
True. But I think I still have a little bit more movement, so we'll see. That's a 10 though, so I don't think that hits.
10, unfortunately, does just miss.
Right.
It's a fairly thin chain, and you swipe over it in your rage.
Okay, so that was.
It can be useful to change it to snap when you're figuring out movement.
Ha ha ha! Yes. Thank you. That does help. Okay, so I went 20 the first time and 15 the second time, so that I have another 10 feet of movement.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move over here, behind
That
the tree. Little...
does restore, unless you're trying to climb the tree, that does restore line of sight, which would potentially mean you're both in range, but it's up to you.
At this point, I'm just trying to now I'm in range of both of the chains there, so
Yeah,
hopefully I don't have to do a whole lot to get to them. But I've taken both of my attacks, and I'm looking rough. But I mean, hopefully getting rid of the chains
We're
will help.
looking a little rough, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's hoping Alistar does something good and actually heard you.
Spending the spellcaster's spells is the problem.
Legit.
No, I get that.
All right. But Alistar will... What's the range of vicious mockery? Let's see. Yeah. He'll scoot up one square while remaining behind this and yell, I have fucked a lot of things, but you are less attractive than them. But, in Alistar's voice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon's gonna need a save.
Please fail your
Please
save.
fail. Please fail. I want that to terribly hurt the dragon's feelings.
The dragon isn't exactly sure why, but that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also the effective vicious mockery means he will have disadvantage on his next attack.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, he is doing the scaling. Okay, good. I want it on record that I rolled for this, and I can show the roll.
Oh dear.
Somebody got their breath weapon back.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill someone who's not here. Don't worry. Just gonna kill the person who is here.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
But
Go
yeah,
for it.
All
the
right.
dragon sort of lifts up, landing back in the tree, roaring, enraged, presumably at you smashing chains that were really helping in this fight.
My next character is going to be a changeling.
Cool. But yeah, Scott and Wolfina both need to make me a dexterity save.
Would my
You have advantage because you can see it from your thing. But...
danger sense advantage? That's still just an 8. God damn.
Wolfina saves.
Yay!
I do not.
You do not. Let's see how much damage you take.
Let's see how dead I am.
It's okay if you go down. I still have some spells. I still have 2 spell slots. I saved them for a reason.
Thank you.
Also, we have a life cleric.
We do.
Who also is in range of this attack. But
You're not wrong.
let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Scott. Sorry, give me a second.
I mean, at 6th level, you have 2 channel divinity uses, right? Or is it not until like 9th or something?
She has 2, but she's used them both.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, that's fine. So let's see. Changeling.
Yeah, so Scott, with a failed save, you take 53
All right, I'm unconscious.
necrotic damage. As
I only had
Wolfina
33, so
takes 26 and remains alive.
I am at 0, correct?
You're
Negative 20, technically.
not your max again. You are at 0. You're going
Okay.
to have to start making death saves.
Yep.
Ipsis, your turn.
All
Dragon-
right.
Dragons. And
Damn it,
you also-
Ska. Why did you have to fall down?
Hey, you know.
Oh
She's
shit!
having
I don't even. I can't get to you.
No, you backed up.
That is the
You
side
are
effect.
10 feet out of my range.
Yep, because you backed up.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I heal Wolfina, Wolfina can heal you. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25. And I will put a level 2 Cure Wounds into Wolfina.
Okay.
Wolfina gets 11 hit points back. And then, is there anything I can do bonus action wise? Yep. I am going to cast. Oh yeah. I would like to undo some things if that is possible.
In this situation, sure.
Okay, so instead of going there, I have 5 feet of movement technically. I am casting Zephyr Strike, which gives me an additional 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
And I'm fine with just using that roll if you want, because it's the
I
same
prefer
cast.
that. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So
Sky,
I
you
get
have
11?
11 hit points back.
Sweet.
And then I still have 20 feet of movement. I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep.
Because you're passing by, make me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, I need to mark off my spell. 15.
Where the chains wrap around heavily and obscure the base of the tree, you notice something glinting in the trunk.
Okay. Something in the trunk.
Alistar will make a crude joke.
Yes, he will.
Sounds like Alistar.
We can all just imagine what that joke is. And it will not be nearly as dirty as Navarin would have made it.
It's very weird that with this group of people, I'm the prude. in general, final show films. Yeah. Scott, because I forgot, you also need to make a deck save for the fairy fire because you walked into it.
Oh, right. But that's still
that's right. I
advantage,
do
right?
too. Also,
Yeah.
that's
I
fine.
forgot that was still up. Yeah. Okay.
24.
Natural 20 on that.
Yeah,
Because
you
of
wrote-
course. Why would I get the natural 20 on the one that saves my life? Just on the one that, makes me glow.
In the future, I'm going to check whether Danger Sense applies to things that are not damaging, but I'm ignoring that for right now. It doesn't really matter. That brings it...
Against effects I can see.
Right.
So...
that brings it to Wolfina's turn, who's going to back up and continue attacking this chain. Natural 20 will hit. She's apparently very angry at this chain.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be enough to destroy it. The radiant damage of a cleric is fun. And she's going to continue moving outside of the circle formed by these rocks to hide behind it.
Okay.
Sorry, that was the most safe for her thing to do.
Yeah, no,
Nope, legit.
fine.
Scott, your turn. There is a dragon in melee with you. Or actually, there's a dragon up the tree from you again.
Right. So I am going to I'm gonna rage again because I still have to. Hopefully I won't die. I'm gonna move over to this chain and attack it. Fuck, natural 1. Motherfucker.
You whack into the tree, aiming for the chain, but just chipping away a little bit of the wood. You now standing there for your turn and can clearly see that there's something silver glimmering that occasionally catches the glint of light, as dim as this place is, within the base of the tree.
Interesting.
You have another attack.
I do have another attack. I'm going to try to attack the chain again.
Go for it. Sorry about the... I'm not even sure what that is outside.
16 hit?
16 will hit.
Yay! And that is 16 slashing damage.
Yep, that one breaks.
Awesome. And then, because this thing is... So I did like 5 feet.
With each chain that snaps away, additional life coming back to the tree. Its color going from a dark gray to a sort of robust, saturated brown.
Alright, and I'm going to move my movement to here. Sorry, Alistar. But I want away from the tree because I'm now very much in pain and worse off than I was before. And I'm hoping that I'm at least in a good position for next turn. Because there's one chain left.
Yep. Alistar's turn.
I almost feel like she would apologize to the tree for hitting it if she wasn't raging.
Mocking the dragon, I guess.
Can you mock the chain? Would that work?
Mock the chain.
You're not even very good, chain.
You know, I don't think Alistar has enough tactical thinking to try that, and Navarin isn't here to try it.
Your mother was a fence.
You're loose. You are very loose, Jane.
That seems
Unfortunately,
sexual.
the dragon saves that time.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Alistair makes some jokes about dragons being hampered by a few chains and something about kinkiness.
Sure.
Sounds legit.
Sounds about right.
It makes it a dragon's turn.
I'm going to die.
Where you?
Okay.
Long as we doesn't get his breath weapon back again.
It's possible, but I will roll it publicly this time. Nope.
Okay.
Whoo.
It doesn't have its breath weapon back. But there are 2 people it can get to.
Yep.
So not got that much health. And the tree is still a place to be for them. It is a creature of wrath and vengeance and dark hatred. So it's going to aim for the person who started its downfall most directly. Obsess, you have a dragon flying at your face.
Bring it. I got 18 hit points. I'm fine.
I was gonna say I can't see your name or your health bar, so I don't know how bad you are.
What's your AC?
16.
All right, it only hits with 1 attack.
Okay, good.
Unfortunately, it's the bite.
Less good.
18 piercing and 6 necrotic.
Boom!
But fortunately, both of the claw strikes miss your prone form.
Oh, good. All right, so I'm thinking Changeling Gunslinger.
Wait. Okay. So I realize it's unfair to ask you this about your own character, but actually, I can look this up.
I was gonna say if you can survive, I still have one spell
You
left.
got knocked unconscious by the first one.
Is there advantage on the attacks? Is that what you're asking?
I don't remember, so yes, that's what I'm trying to check.
Yes, technically he has advantage on the attacks. Which means the first one would have missed regardless.
First one misses, yeah. The question is if there's a claw coming at you still.
I believe so.
Yeah. Sorry.
Or
if I had
maybe a
ended
blood.
this turn-
No. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, Gunslinger. I don't know why, but a Changeling Gunslinger just sounds like fun.
Changelings are fun. Gunslingers are fun. The Mercer class is allowed. There's
Oh yeah, Mercer class
so
for sure.
In that case, you're going to be using the guns that come with that class.
Yes, absolutely.
I love how we're talking about it. You're like 7th character now.
No, this is only my 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th
Okay.
this campaign.
Okay, it missed.
And we're at level 9.
It missed.
Okay,
also.
good.
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes it your turn, so make me a death save, please.
Okay,
I'll give you another character sheet just in case.
that's a success.
Watch Jeremy roll up a new character while we're playing.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time this week.
Damn it.
Oh,
That's
man.
not. No, I don't like that set either. Oh, that I can work with. Oh, 16, 15, 14, 11, 13, 7. Yes, please.
See, Jack, this is what happens when you leave. We all go crazy.
Hey,
I like how you think that this is something that wouldn't have happened with Jack here.
Oh, yeah, no, it probably would have, but it would have been much less stressful with Jack here. Or more to the point, it would have been much less stressful for Ska with Ragnar here.
Delphina's turn, who gonna let's see. Yeah, I feel like she would use the spells. How much movement does she have? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. She'll move here, and Ipsis, you're getting a cure wounds.
Okay.
Or healing word, sorry. Cleric cannot get within. You are alive with a dragon on top of you and 9 hit points.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Fortunately, I'm very good at piloting clerics. Ska, your turn.
All right. I'm gonna move up to this chain. I'm gonna attack it. Another natural one. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, nope.
And 11.
We'll miss.
All right, and I'm gonna back up again.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm within fucking opportunity attack range, and the one remaining chain is on exactly the opposite side of the tree, so I don't have line of sight to it.
Yeah. I think just disengage and run.
Move to the other side of the dragon without getting opportunity attacked because you can stay within melee of it.
That's true. I also have to get up. 5, 10, 15. Okay, I can do this. Once it gets to my turn.
Yeah.
The dragon's going before me. I should point
Yeah,
out.
that too.
And I'm prone. So let's see.
That means God, it's your turn.
I just went.
Oh.
It's Alistar's
turn. He's gonna try and do something. He's gonna try and cast Suggestion on the dragon, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, that's further than that would require moving in closer. He's gonna try another Vicious Mockery because I don't feel comfortable spending his high level spells for him.
Legit.
Yeah, that's a save. You might not have a great wisdom, but 22 is a save. So, Ipsis.
Bring it.
Oh, right. First I need to check. Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that also could have killed me.
Yeah, but that could have also killed multiple of you.
Like, that could have, based on the damage you've been rolling, that could have conceivably brought me down below my total hit
almost
points.
Certainly. Yeah, this thing is not an easy fight.
For those watching at
It's
home,
not regenerating health anymore, which is great for you.
For those watching at home, make Constitution your dump stat. It's exciting.
I feel really bad, but this
No,
is
fucking do it.
Monster of Darkness. It's not gonna hold back, and it has advantage, as we established. Misses with the bite.
Okay, that's good.
10 slashing with the claw.
Okay.
You're down
A
again.
claw attack.
Oh god.
Also gonna hit, so take 2
Take
death
2 death saves. Oh, look, it's my turn.
Okay,
Oh,
Jeremy.
come on. Roll the natural 20.
This is gonna be a fucking record. It's gonna be a goddamn record. I made it.
Counter with the character.
I made it approximately a session and a half.
Yep.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Come on, nat
Oh
20.
my god.
Natural 20.
Well, you stabilize.
Okay,
That brings you
I
back
have
to
1
1,
hit point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now my eyes are open and the dragon can kill me again.
Oh man. The best thing you could do though. You got that
Yep.
Oh, that was beautiful. So now can you just disengage and run, or was that
No,
just your
that's the
entire
end.
turn?
That
was
is
right?
That's your turn.
Death save is at the end of your turn.
Right. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So.
Rufina!
Oh my god. What does Wilfina even do in this situation?
Oh, wonders why she hooked up with these people.
Hey, you might be getting a cool cloak out of the situation at least.
Oh, golly gee whiz.
Okay, this will be the first character in a while that's died in such a way their items can be recovered.
And it happened so soon that you didn't have time to get attached, so it's not going to be emotionally damaged.
It's true. Very true. Yeah, who are we kidding? You die, it'll still screw a ska.
Oh, this thing is so close to dead, but no one's been managing to hit it. I guess you're getting another healing word before she runs away.
Okay. Oh, good. Not quite enough to make it to still have hit points after 1 attack.
Not my fault.
Ska, break that goddamn chain.
I'm
And
trying.
Rufina will run over to the chain and try and hit it. Because that was her bonus action. She's got an action. $22.
Yay.
Yeah.
Is that enough to do it?
That'll snap it because it's been hit a few times by various things during the fight.
Was that one actually hit?
Wait, no, that was the...
Yeah, no, because I kept missing it.
No, it's not enough. Sorry.
I kept missing that one.
Yeah. Because that's... Yeah, Scott hasn't been able to hit it and Wolfina hasn't gotten over there.
Right. Does she still have
Um,
movement to move back or no?
That's all of her movement. Scott, your turn.
All right, then I will come up and come on the other side of the chain. So hopefully I don't hit her if I roll another natural 1. Jesus Christ. And let's see if I can hit this chain. There we go. And because I have, it's a 23 to hit. So because I have Savage Attacker, I am going to see if I can re-roll that damage. How do I re-roll the damage? It's just what? 2d6 plus 3 plus. Oh, 2d6 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Type properly, that would be great. Yeah, let's go with that one instead. So 15 slashing on this last chain.
Yeah, that'll kill it. Or
Sweet.
kill the chain.
Yes.
She's not a dragon.
Which is not a dragon.
But yeah, the tree is sort of continues this bloom into health. Um,
And
yeah, that's
15.
the thing it is.
Because she's kind of got a bit of a death wish, I'm gonna run over here. So I'm technically flanking the dragon, but giving it pause to figure out who it wants to attack.
All right. You have another attack, don't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Well, fine. Let's see if I can hit it with a sword. Bada boosh. 25 to hit
That'll hit.
for 13 slashing.
How do you want to do this?
Yes. I want to cut its head off if I can.
Okay. Yeah, you run over, slicing through that chain, and just mostly hoping that you can distract this thing enough for Ibsis to not be the one who's hit for once. You sort of swing upwards, catching the head as it rears back, slicing sort of from the eye down, cutting between the scales, and this thing's head just flies off. It disperses into shadow, already starting to decompose a bit, as this rotting, darkened form of the shadow dragon lays limp on the ground.
And Skal lets out a howl.
Cool.
And then drops to her knees.
All right. We're out of initiative at this point.
Ibsis is laying on the ground, just sort of laying there like...
I will drop my rage and come over to Ibsis and
Like,
cast...
she's fairly chill at the moment, really, all things considered.
Yeah. And I will
That was not that was not inadequate.
cast Cure Wounds. You get 6 hit points back.
Okay.
That is my last spell until I sleep, and I used it on you. You're welcome.
That was not inadequate.
And then I will go over to the tree and see if I can see what the shiny thing was.
Okay. Yeah. As you do that, Ibsis, as you were watching this visage of death, make me just a nature roll.
Okay.
With advantage.
19.
Dragons are not your specialty, but you do have some focus in Fae and some focus in aberrations. This feeling, not necessarily this creature, you're not, aside from Draconic, you're not super familiar with this creature, or sort of feels almost almost on a primordial level, feels to you like the Shadowfell, which is the other side of the Feywild that is kind of even worse, if you can believe it, sort of situation.
Right.
Uh,
Well, that went surprisingly livable.
Mm-hmm. Do I see the shiny thing in the tree?
You do. With the chains sort of falling off, they haven't actually been removed, but they've been shattered from the circle of stones. You can see something buried within the base of this tree. It is looks silvery metal. It's hard to make out exactly what it is.
I'll start to try pulling the chains away so I can see if I can see it better.
Just make me an investigation roll.
Okay. 7.
So you're trying to pull the chains away, but they're actually heavier and a little more knotted than you were expecting. And it's that thing where you think you've got the phone cord almost off of that thing it wrapped around, and now there's a knot in it, but chains.
Got it.
So it's a little tricky.
How is everyone else?
Ow.
Alistar seems basically unscathed, and Wolfina seems also not doing great.
Do we think we're safe?
Define safe.
Like nothing's going to attack us if we just take a rest?
In the absolute immediate future, 1 second. Slowly sits up, gets to feet, scans, and does a quick look around. Survival?
Survival works.
$18.
From each of these rocks, now that the chains are sort of removed from them, you can start to hear this humming sound. There's definitely a sense of magic to this place, even with a large amount of the darkness dispersed. Your guess would be, once the chains have been fully removed from the rocks, at least, that this would be a fairly safe little glade.
Okay. So yeah, she will walk over and start pulling
Yep.
Pulling the chains through.
Alistar and Wolfina will help with that. Yeah, it takes a few minutes, but you get the chains all out of there. It does, with an 18, also occur to you that the dragon never moved outside of the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, might give you some sense of what the effect could have been doing to a creature like that.
Yeah.
All right. So once we have established that it is now an okay place,
yes, it will be fine.
Scott is going to lean up against the tree. Excuse me. And she's like, we should take a short rest.
Short?
Well, long is fine. What time of day is it now? How long have we been awake?
You've been awake for... It's nearing the end of the day. It was afternoon when you arrived, but it's also hard to tell because Feywild,
Yeah.
like those that have been here a while, so Ibsis and Wolfina, can get the sense that this probably isn't a place with day and night, this particular area of the Feywild. Probably kind of like this most of the time.
This will probably be as safe as anywhere, as safe a place as we will find. And I am fairly sure that we have expended most of our resources. Perhaps a full night's rest. Night being a relative term, of course.
Okay.
It's defendable. There is a large tree in the center that whoever is on watch can be up in, and they have full sight of any direction that may come. As she says this, she's going around and recovering whatever bolts she can.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch. You.
I will take second.
Okay. Yeah. And Scott's going to. She's not going to like climb up into the tree because she's afraid that if she falls out, she will die. So she'll just, every few minutes or so, she'll just kind of do a quick lap around the tree, just kind of looking out. But yeah.
Yep. And Ibsis will slip back into that unconsciousness she has known so well for the last few minutes.
Fair enough. Yep. So, everyone else sets off to rest. Scott, make me a perception as you're on watch.
I'm usually pretty good at those. Let's see. 18.
The tree is growing steadily. It is becoming far more alive than it has been. Like it's like not something you necessarily can see moment to moment, but you look away for a minute or two from the tree, and when you look back to it, you can tell it's healthier. As a barbarian and as an outlander, you have a fair amount of experience with nature and related things. Can see whatever it is buried inside of the trunk. There's still a few chains on the tree itself because you guys are basically just trying to make the space safe, not fix everything this moment. But yeah, other than that, watch passes uneventfully.
Cool. Your Ipsis actually sleeps, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Then, even though she said she'd take second watch, Ska's gonna tap Wolfina to do second.
Okay.
And let Ipsis sleep.
All right. And you guys don't know what happens then.
Nobody ever wakes up again.
Life Cleric of Rella is fine to put on watch. Like,
yeah, we don't put Alistar.
The goddess specifically about protecting things is, yeah. Eventually, Ibsis, you are woken up for third watch.
Okay.
And it's Wolfina waking you, not Ska.
Cock
so
an eyebrow. With that sort of straight expression. And then just settle into it. Climb up into the tree.
Make me a perception.
Doo-doo-doo. 17.
About halfway through your watch, you see some lightly glowing, maybe dust in the distance. It's not at anywhere near your group. It's maybe 100 feet off. There's just some floating lit particles sifting through the sky between this tree and where the forest resumes a ways back.
Okay. I am not in a position to go investigate on my own, and as long as it's not directly threatening us, I will... I will try to get a little higher in the tree just to see if I can get a better look at it.
Sure. You can make me an Arcana with whatever you get for face stuff.
Okay. That would be advantage. 15.
All right. With the 15, these kinds of lights, these colors are definitely something you've come to associate with the Fae. Whatever it is, it just seems to be drifting. It doesn't seem to be active or dangerous in any way.
Okay.
And after about a minute of watching it, you can get a pretty good angle on it. It's sort of as though the wind has shifted, drifting in a different direction back into the forest where you lose track of it.
All right. Well, it don't want to fuck with us. I ain't gonna fuck with it. So I let it go for now.
And you all wake back up for long rest being done.
Yay! Spell slots back up.
You get
Great.
all of the things back.
Up. And my hit points back to perfection. Yay! Skal will as soon as she kind of like opens her eyes, she'll look around for Ibsis. Did you come down from the tree, or are you still up in the tree?
Oh, she would still be up in the tree until people are awake and no longer vulnerable.
Okay. Alistar's still probably sleeping. We let him sleep. It means he's quiet. Now, without fear of falling and dying, Ska will climb into the tree with you.
Good morning.
Morning. I let you sleep. I know you wanted second watch, but
Which watch isn't important as long as there are watches being done. I was capable. No disrespect to the bard. Seems distractible.
yeah,
It just seemed more
we don't have him
logical.
take watch.
That
It's
is a
just
wise move.
Yeah.
Hopefully you are feeling better.
Much.
Good.
Hopefully you are as well.
I'm healed.
Well.
So, we have cleansed this tree. That was our goal.
Yeah, there's
At
still
least
something
it appears fairly
shiny
cleansed.
in it.
Yes, there was that.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the chains off of the tree and see if we can figure out what the shiny thing is.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. And Scott will climb back down the tree.
Yep.
All right. As you climb out of the tree, Alistar and Wolfina are still sleeping. But there's someone else sitting by them. Seems to be a girl, well, with dark brown hair and light green skin.
Are the rest of our NPCs with us?
I thought you left them back in town.
Did we?
I didn't think so.
I guess you brought them.
I thought they were hanging back for the fight.
Right. Yes.
But we're still along with.
When you guys found the edge of the shadows, that's where you left them. So they would all be around.
And they were never seen
again.
No, sorry. I'll go grab their character token.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, a woman with sort of dark brown hair and light green skin. Sort of. So probably Sylvester and Chloe at least are probably up by this point, but neither of them seem to have noticed the woman. They both seem to be just speaking as though she's not there off to the side. Or Zawin, not Chloe, sorry.
It's just automatically doesn't pull it up and point, but puts a bolt into the crossbow and holds it at the ready.
Sky will have her hand on her dagger, just in case.
Do either of you speak Sylvan?
No,
I believe I do.
I absolutely do not.
Here's get languages for their favorite enemies.
Yep,
So
I do speak Sylvan.
All right. So Ipsis, you recognize this sort of ethereal half their language. Sky, you also recognize it, though you don't understand it. As she, there's no need for that. I'm just here to thank you.
For what? Are you the tree?
Yes.
That's what I figured. You're welcome. Turn over, or look over. It's the tree. He says thank you.
Sky will take her hand off the dagger. Cool.
Oh, Ipsis does not lower the disengage the crossbow.
The girl doesn't seem terribly worried as she walks over and places her hand on the tree. I was placed here long ago, along with the circle of stones that God heard me. He now. Oh, as this place has long been a weak point, a portal between our world and its mirror of darkness. Agents of the shadow attack, finding me and leaving behind their warrior here to protect their claim and rot our land and expand, hoping to expand and ultimately consume us with their own chaos. I'm just a dryad, not much to an archfey and more than name and claim.
Of course not. I was not suspecting otherwise. You will... And there's a pause. I apologize? There is, regardless of power, I'm sure you know, creatures of this realm can be fickle at the best of times. I prefer to be prepared for that. Nothing personal.
My last guardian was slain in defending this place.
That's unfortunate.
I suppose I must ask, what do you wish for your noble service?
Let me confer, because I believe I know the answer, but I just... One moment. I believe this is the point where I I believe this is the point where we ask for a boon because she's asking what we want for our service.
Yes. That would be lovely.
Look back, we're seeking boons as a way to get out of the Feywild. Unless you can transport us out of the Feywild yourself, in which case we'll take that.
She'll sort of. I could transport you out of the Feywild, but only to the Shadowfell.
That would be objectively worse than where we are now.
That's what I was hoping to hear from you. She'll sort of reach out her hand, and part of the tree will come down. And there's a strange fruit. It looks golden and blue in color, has the rough shape of an apple. She'll throw it to you, Ibsis.
She catches it.
My boon.
Thank you.
A dish. I do not know how powerful it will be, but if you seek boons themselves, that should be sufficient. Additionally, I have no more need for this. And she'll place her hand again on the tree, and parts of the bark of the tree will sort of curve away from each other, opening up the inside. Inside, you can see a silver and blue blade. It looks very fancy runing decorates the hilt, and it seems to gleam with some magic. She'll pull out the sword, or not necessarily holding it aggressively, but place it on the ground. It only he works for some, but this blade was that of my former protector and guardian. It has this connection to the seasons and the great power of the god.
I'm translating this.
Yeah.
Okay. Scott will kind of whisper to you, I can identify it later.
Rest here as long as you shall need. And when you resume your journey, you will find my lands free of threats to their edge. The edge you will recognize as where the land's blight stops.
Very well. I appreciate it. Good luck with that.
She will give a nod and place her hand to the tree. Her skin sort of turning into bark and her entire form dissipating into her true form.
Cool.
Well, we're good to go.
Scott will kind of look over at Wolfina and Alistair. Let them sleep a few more minutes. Let me identify this blade.
Very well.
And she will ritual cast Identify.
Okay.
Upon it.
Now I need to figure out what Identify will give you on this.
Yarp. So 11 minutes. I just remembered that Wolfina had cast Spiritual Weapon during that fight. That could have helped us get rid of some of that chain.
Yeah, she was using your bonus action for healing a lot of the time, and the other times the blade was not able to get to anything. I was aware of it.
Yeah, I just forgot about it.
All right. Yeah. Sure. I think that's
Oh my.
so yeah. I believe you all have access to it, or wait, you all shouldn't have access to it. Ska should have access to it because Ska cast the spell.
Yarp.
This is a moon blade, the settings version of a moon blade, at least. It's a fairly powerful, if rather challenging to use weapon, though it will also operate as a standard longsword.
Interesting. I don't know who can use longswords in our group. Maybe Alistair?
You can use everything.
Well, I mean, like, effectively. Interesting. I'm assuming attempt was supposed to be attunement.
Yeah, that's...
yeah. Autocorrect is crazy. For some reason, it doesn't think the word attunement is a thing.
Well, because it's generally not used like that outside of D&D.
Okay, so basically it needs to find someone who can actually use it properly, which is good to know. But unless somebody is a follower of Rella, it won't matter. So. And apparently it's had 3 owners so far.
What about Rella? Oh.
You know what? Just for efficiency's sake, everyone's getting the text.
Yeah,
I see it. No, I see it. It requires attempt by attunement by a faithful follower of Rella.
Yep.
Wow. Well, it's a good thing
so
we have a cleric of Rella in the group, as far as I am aware.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Elvira, you get a sword.
Yeah, well, Scott will hold on to it until Wolfina wakes up, I guess. So, yeah. Okay.
Identifying on weapons with backstory is weird.
Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely an interesting weapon.
Though, yeah, Scott, as you cast this, is like always with your identify spells. In addition, the information you internalize and you learn, but you also just hear it as this hissing, almost sarcastic commentary on how all that's kind of stupid and doesn't matter, but the sword of Rella requires attunement by hers.
Yep. The voice in my head is snarky and passive aggressive. All right. Well, let me see here. Okay, so we got, what did we get as the boon thing?
This, holding up the fruit piece.
Right. I guess we need to now figure out where else to go. We were going to, was it winter something? I want to say Winter Wings, and I don't think that's right.
I will
Pop us back to the map.
pop you back to the main map. I have no idea where you wanted to go.
Thank
I just know you decided you wanted to go to the accursed tree.
Winter Wings, I was right. Yeah, we were going to the tree on our way to Winter Wings. So we will start heading in that way. Wake up, Wolfina, wake up Alistar, gather the rest of our...
Gather your rather large party of NPCs.
Yep, gather Ragnar's army. It's like Dumbledore's army.
Not at all. No,
No.
That was a group of people there entirely voluntarily.
Yeah.
This is the group of people Ragnar has conned into heading along with him.
And now
It's fine. It's only 20 feet to get there.
Yeah. I like how you think that the map of the Feywild is accurate to distances.
I mean, I don't think it is. That's why I think it's 20 feet to get halfway across the continent.
Yep. But yeah, we will pack up our stuff and head in that direction.
Okay.
Yep. And I will keep a goddamn eye out.
So will I.
Make a survival roll.
Survival.
Are we moving through forest?
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
I got 16.
So that means that my this is actually a +4. 23. Should not have had advantage. And I would say cannot get lost except by magical means, but I figure if we're in the Feywild, everything's by magical means, so...
Yeah, this is a plane called By Magical Means, You Are Lost and Confused.
Yeah. This is... The Feywild kind of defies ranger abilities.
Yeah.
To a degree.
To the plants. Wait, no, Percy talked to the plants.
Percy flirted with grass.
Ah, those were the days.
Yep.
Someone rolled me a D100.
All right.
Go for it.
It's like I made a macro for that. 73.
The first part of your journey is fairly uneventful. Occasionally you will spot things off in the distance, but they remain a ways away from you. So even after you have passed by the barrier of the edge of this of the accursed tree, where the forest grows up around you quickly and everything becomes much more alive. For a while, you'll just by chance, luck, or carrying yourself well, it's never easy to be sure in the Feywild, nothing comes by to harass you. You're making decent time. I'm through the forest. And you start to hear bells.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 ding.
From a particular direction?
Roughly from the direction you're heading, but it sounds like thousands. It's very hard to put a direction to it.
Okay.
Very soft still in the distance.
This seems interesting.
Seems like a potential trap.
Uh-huh.
I will sneak up. If something attempts to eat me, please try to prevent that from happening.
Will do.
I'm going to sneak.
Alright, make me a stealth roll.
I'm not going to sneak.
It wasn't a natural one, though, so that's good.
You dart from tree to tree, hiding behind them. I mean, stealth is an opposed roll. But yeah. As you head up in front of the group, the sound of bells starts getting louder, or to the point where it's making it much harder to hear anything else that might be around you. Eventually, you break through the tree line, sort of leaning your head out, and you can see the kinds of trees you're encountering has changed. Here, all of the trees are thin with long-reaching branches that lean over at odd angles, full of these flowers, and you can hear the bells as as small sort of bell-shaped flowers, for lack of a better term, blow in the wind. And ding, ding, ding.
Nature?
Sure.
Figure out what the Nope.
You're assuming that the bell plants make bell sounds.
Right. No, yeah.
Feywild. But other than that,
I will reach into my backpack, pull out just some piece of ration, some piece of bread or something.
Yeah.
Actually, a piece, like a strip of dried meat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to toss it down into the flowers.
Okay.
Nothing happens?
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Hey, man-eating flowers would not be the strangest thing to run into in the Feywild.
I mean, the others already have. It ate an arm.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Uh-huh.
But if these flowers eat men, they don't seem interested in your rations.
Is there a way to skirt around them?
Maybe, but this grove looks big. You could try and navigate around it, but you might lose your heading.
All right. I drop down and head back.
Okay.
It's flowers. I'm not sure we can go around.
Scott will kind of take a quick glance at was it Chloe? Lost her arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to try to go around. I don't want to give.
I did throw it an offering of meat that it did not accept. I did think of this. I have been in the Feywild a while.
Sunflowers? Chloe will speak up.
Were they sunflowers?
No, they were not. Or bellflowers. I know. Stunning, right? As she points.
Okay.
Scott, you can make me an intelligence saving throw.
Alrighty. That's a 14.
Somewhere in the back of your mind, you remember long ago hearing stories, maybe from your mother or something, about a field of bells. You can't remember exactly what the story, how the story ended, but you definitely remember that part of it involved all of the heroes of the story wandering through the bells with rope.
Okay. Scott will relay what she can remember of that story to the rest of the group and see if anyone else has a clue. In that caveat of, I don't remember much about my childhood, but I vaguely remember this. Do any of the NPCs have a clue?
I mean, I imagine not.
Probably not.
None of them
NPCs
know fuck all about the Feywild. You dragged them all here.
NPCs are good for many things. Providing information on roles that the PCs have failed to make is not usually one of them.
This is true. The other thought is,
if you were hunting lycanthropes, you have someone who's good at that.
The other thought process is Ibsis or Wilfina having a clue since they've been here for a while.
Nope. I'm
Wilfina
guessing
made
not,
that
considering that I already tried.
Or actually, Wilfina can try. Yeah, Ibsis has already made her roll for that. Nope. Wilfina rolled a 9.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to
Hey,
us,
how come they're
that was
making
only the
nature
public
rolls
roll.
instead of? Like, how come I made an intelligence save instead of a nature roll? Because I would have gotten so much better with a nature roll.
Nature is an intelligence-based roll.
Yeah, but I have proficiency
Also, it's a
in
memory.
That. But I have +5 to nature.
Memory.
Yeah, Scott, for you, this is about remembering something.
Oh yeah.
Of course, what we don't know is that was only Wilfina's public roll that didn't count. The actual roll was a 20, but Wilfina wants us all to die, so is pretending like she knows nothing.
Yeah.
No, that would be Alistair.
The way I NPC characters, that would totally be something I do.
That would be Alistair, who absolutely has a clue, but wasn't paying enough attention to figure out that I'm asking a question.
I am making the executive decision that Navarin would have opted out of making the roll.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Let's try to go through. If it starts to go poorly, we can get out fairly quickly. I have a way.
To get us all out quickly? Or just to get yourself out quickly?
To get everybody out of the reach of any of the plants.
Okay.
I will burn them all.
Well,
It's not ideal, and that's why it is a last resort. But
yeah.
All right. As
Okay.
you, I assume the group of you head up.
yes,
We'll go slowly and methodically. At least that is the plan.
All right. I'm going to need charisma saves from everyone as you head into the.
good. Well, my charisma save isn't terrible.
Oh, that's right. I have
7.
an army of NPCs.
18. I leave them all behind when they get stupefied and sit in the bells.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Stupid 7.
Perception. All right. So Fina rolled a 6 and Alistar rolled a 19. Scott, roll 1d8.
1d8. 8.
4. Okay. So yeah, as you're heading along, the bells make it impossible to hear each other, impossible to talk. So you're all just sort of trying to concentrate on getting through. Scott, you who head off, you split from the group only slightly. You're glancing around a corner trying to make sure it's clear before motioning the others through. But when you look back around to motion them through, you find you are standing in this place of overwhelming bells entirely by yourself.
Of course I am. And her first reaction is, well, fuck. Does it look like anything has changed, or does it just look like everyone that was following me has disappeared from where they were?
Yeah, it doesn't look like you're in a different part of the forest at all. You think you've kept fairly careful track of that. You just can't see them anymore. Like, you looked away for a few seconds and suddenly they aren't behind you anymore.
Okay. I'm gonna make a mark on the ground that I would recognize if I saw it again.
Sure.
And I'm gonna try to backtrack a little bit and see if I can find everyone.
All right. At that point, we're going to transition to Ibsis. Damn it.
Yes.
You change characters a lot. It's very Ibsis, as you're headed through the forest, is with the bells it is impossible to hear those near you. But suddenly you turn around and you find that Alistar and Zawin, who's the monk-looking woman that only ever speaks to the man in heavy leathers, really, are still with you, but the others seem to have gone off somewhere, otherwise been disappeared.
They're completely gone.
Yeah, it's a dense forest, so you can only really see about 10 feet in any given direction max, but they seem completely gone.
Idiots. I grab these two, put them in front of me, push them in front of me at up, hand on shoulders, keep walking until we get out of these flowers.
Alstar says something back you can't quite hear, but all of you continue walking.
And I will make it till I get them out of the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Stay here.
Yeah.
I
You
look at Zawin. Make sure he stays here.
And she'll sort of look him up and down, give you a nod that says, "What the fuck are you doing to me? But okay."
I trust Zawin to knock him unconscious if need be.
She's not that strong, but okay. Yep, fair enough.
There's a monk! Whack! Donk. Anyways.
You underestimate how good Alistar is at killing things. But yeah, okay.
And I'm going to turn around and head back in and try to. So. We are leaving tracks, right?
Seems like it.
I'm going to go back to where we started and follow tracks from there.
Okay, survival.
Okay.
Of course, none of you ended up in the same places other than the two NPCs.
It is forest, so. Let me just do this. That should have done it. And normal. 25.
Yep. So, yeah, you follow the tracks. It seems like, from what you can see, it seems like at some point or another, each of these people just started walking in a different direction. You see one pair of, or two pairs headed left, one pair headed right, and two that sort of jut off at various angles, roughly forward. Wait, two, right? Yeah. Or three that go roughly forward.
Okay.
Are you trying to determine which tracks are which?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, with the 25, you're pretty sure you can tell which tracks are Ska's. Just the slightly more confident walking through this kind of terrain. Ska is slightly heavier than the rest of the group because she's a piece of muscles and murder. You can probably also notice which one is Chloe, as she sort of has an unevenness to her weight that's easier to track. Both of those are headed off somewhere in the forward direction.
Okay.
As for the other three, you aren't exactly sure.
One at a time. We will start with Ska.
Fair enough. Scott. Yeah, you start backtracking. It's hard to hear yourself think at this point. All you can see are the these golden bell flowers above you. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. Am I noticing any footprints or anything as I backtrack?
No, not really, no.
Okay. Then I'm going to turn around and try and go back and find the mark that I made on the floor.
You know that you were headed straight in one direction and straight back in the other direction, but you don't see that mark when you arrive where you're pretty sure it should be. Or maybe it was around the other turn. Maybe you went a little left. You try that. And again, you're not seeing any markings. Ding, 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 as you weave through these trees.
Okay. Let me see if there's anything I can do. I mean, not really.
What do you want to do?
I'm trying to see what my spells are. Are there any animals around?
Make me a survival roll.
Survival. 15.
You can spot a few things peeking in and out. Nothing big, but you're not exactly sure what any of them are. Though there's definitely some around.
All right. She's going to try to pick an animal and follow it.
Okay. I guess that'd be another survival.
Okay. That's an 8.
You sort of pick this platypus badger thing that's got elk ears and start trying to follow it where it goes, but very quickly it seems to notice you and duck into a small hollow under one of the trees, scurrying away with these badger-esque claws of digging.
Great.
You can't really follow that there.
Not so much. Okay.
Your bells.
Yep. Lots of bells.
The trees.
Okay. Just because I have it, I'm gonna try. I have the decanter of endless water.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask for fresh water because I'm not mean enough to do salt water. And say stream as my word, which will give me a gallon of water. And I'm going to pour it as I walk to see if, when I turn around and look back, if I can see the water on the ground.
Okay. Let's see how that's spelled interacts with. Yeah, okay. So yes, you can see the string of water, or when you look back to look for it.
Okay.
As long as it is coming out of your spout.
Okay.
Canter, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of a vase, because you got the one from the house.
It's written as a flask, so.
Yeah, whatever.
Yep. It's a 2-pound flask. It's a beefy boy. It's like the big one that.
Yeah.
That Sam has. So yeah, she's just gonna walk as much as she can in a straight line. And then basically, because it looks like I can do. It's endless, so I can just keep doing it. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. She's going to just basically, like, every time it stops, she'll say the word again and start it up again. So she's hopefully leaving a trail of water behind her.
All right.
Maybe someone will notice it.
Sis, you follow these footprints for quite a while. Well, they seem to wander in a lot of circles and double back on themselves a few times. The bells are ringing, but it's not getting to you quite as much as it is getting to Scott. At some point, you start noticing water on the ground that makes the footprints themselves harder to follow, but it seems to lead in a direction.
Okay.
Ding.
I am going to. That's not helpful. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'll just go ahead and follow it for now.
Okay. All right.
Or should I need to I need to remember my magic resistance. Okay.
Okay. Scott, as you continue walking in a direction with this sort of trail behind you, who eventually a few of these trees part, is still fairly dense and it's around you, and the bells are still ringing. But you see one of these bellflowers they're little golden bells, but they've been sort of flower size, small, quarter, maybe slightly larger. This one is huge, about 50 feet, 50 feet around diameter, seemingly laying on the ground with the bit of a tent flap to where the metal petals essentially overlap. And you can hear that ding-ling sound all around you right now.
She's just going to kind of stop and stare at it.
Okay.
Because now she doesn't really know what to do.
You stop for 30 seconds, a minute. It's still bells, still all of that.
Does it look like I can walk around it without getting near it?
I mean, you could head back into the denser part of the forest, yes.
Yeah. Does it look like it's like alive?
I mean, in the way that a tree is alive.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it's like. It looks plant, not otherwise. So it just looks like a. Okay.
As you're staring at this bell, we're gonna head to break.
Okay, good.
Jeremy, whenever.
Yep. And we're
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Breakverse, where, as we pick up, Wilfina, your group is heading into this forest heavily covered in these flowers that ring small little bells. Ding, 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 ding. At one point, you sort of look off to the side thinking you saw a small animal or something coming by. And when you look back around, you can't locate any of your party members in this thick forest of bell plant trees. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. I am lost. Yes.
Probably? That seems like a good assumption.
Okay. I'm going to use thaumaturgy and say, "Where are you guys?" really loud.
You barely can hear yourself over the bells, even with the scream of your thaumaturgy, as you cry out. Oh. You hear no response, but that could be because you don't know if any of your allies can do the same. Ding, 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 ding.
How thick is the forest?
It's pretty dense. It's easy enough to navigate. The tree trunks are very thin and small.
Okay.
But there's enough of them that you can never see more than 10 or 20 feet in front of you.
Can I see the sky?
Yeah, up through the bellflowers, it's easy enough to see the sky.
Okay. Let's see here. I will try to get their attention. If maybe they'll be able to see like a flare. Let me read how this spell is worded and see if this might work. Would I be able to use guiding bolt without a creature target, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to just do a guiding bolt, like, and have it hit the ground right in front of me because it's like out of the sky and
Yeah.
try it.
So yeah, you aim straight up with your laser bolt of radiant death.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and 21 is plenty to hit. Nothing.
The sky.
That works. Yep. And about 120 feet up, this sort of bright laser of light stretches. At this point, we're going to transition back to the person that isn't quite so lost. Ibsis. As
okay.
you're following this little trail of water, which does actually seem to lead in a single direction now. You hear something on the edge of your hearing almost drowned out by the bells, and see off to the right, not at the angle that this water goes, a bright light illuminating up towards the sky.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
You see a column of light off to the right, not where this line is currently headed.
Right.
Shoot up above the tree line.
And I'm gonna put a pin in this water thing, and I will go investigate in that direction.
All right. You peel off towards the right, making your way through the trees. Actually, yeah, because Wolfine started off. Yeah. Wolfina, are you just staying where you are? Gonna try and anything else?
I'm gonna stand still for probably 5 minutes and see if my flare attracted any attention.
Standing sort of surrounded by this cacophony of sound, and eventually, Ibsis, you peek past a tree and you spot what at least looks like Wolfina standing in the middle of a grove.
Are you there?
Do I hear this?
Neither of you can hear each other over the sound of the bells.
Do I see?
You're not currently looking in that direction.
I will walk up to Wilfina. Tap, tap, tap.
Wolfina, there's something tapping on your shoulder.
There's jumping involved,
Okay.
but I'll turn around.
The crossbow is out.
Context for the person who just got here.
Oh, just she has a crossbow out. Bolt in, not aimed, just ready just in case.
Okay. Like about me?
Could be.
You don't see anything else she might be aiming at other than trees.
I'm going
Very
to
rigid, holding still.
reach out, grab wrist, and start walking towards where Alistar and Zawin are.
Make me a survival roll, because even with not being charmed, this is a little challenging.
Okay.
Hallucinated,
Survival.
sorry, it's not a charm effect.
I was gonna say.
But
29.
with the 29, you the two of you arrive back at the edge where the bells aren't quite so loud. There's an unconscious Alistar with Zawin sort of sitting on a nearby rock, having pulled a book out of her bag.
He tried to walk away, didn't he?
She nods. You told me to stop him.
Well done.
I'll rush over and make sure he's okay.
Yeah, he seems to have gotten knocked into being asleep. Pressure points.
Yup. Go monks. And so, once we'll stay here. How many more people do I have to go get? There's Ska, and who else?
There's Ska, there is Chloe, Sylvester,
Chloe.
and Lorena. Though two of them went the same place.
Right.
You feel like there's got to be an easier way to do this.
I'm going to, and I realize what I'm about to say. I'm going to insight check the flowers.
Go ahead. That makes sense.
Let me uncheck that. Yep, those are certainly flowers.
Sorry, it's 5.
No, that's fine. Yep. Hold on a second.
Head back in, try and pick up the
Yep,
shell. with the
I am
water.
going back to. I'm going to go back to find that damn water.
Before she goes.
Yeah.
Do I get the impression that the thing that's causing this weird confusion is the sound?
That would be your guess, given that you don't feel like you're affected anymore now that you're outside.
Okay, I'm going to stop Ipsis and say, hang on a second. Wait. I think I may be able to help and make sure that you don't get affected by going back in there.
All right.
Let me see if I would need to go with you. Okay. Deafness.
Ipsis, fail or con save, your choice.
I'll fail.
You can no longer hear anything.
Do I see a bunch of people in the woods?
I mean,
Is there anybody within vision that would be within vision that I
not
could
from outside of
Okay.
the glaive. You guys are currently on the edge of where the effect ends.
Do I need to travel with Ipsis?
Not
Once you've
definite.
cast a spell,
Yeah.
if it's concentration, you have to keep concentrating, but you wouldn't have to remain
Okay.
within 30
Just
feet.
making sure.
Yep. So
It
Ipsis
only
just
lasts
looks
a minute, so
looks back, that stone cold look, puts up a thumbs up. Ventures in. I know where there might be one.
Yeah. So Ipsis, once you get about 30, 100 feet into the forest, so maybe 2-3 rounds, you do notice it is much easier to navigate. You actually can see off to one side, Chloe, who seems to have sat down, and while you cannot hear anything, seems to be strumming on an instrument.
Okay. I will pause there because I do since I only have a minute currently, I am just going to go into my backpack, pull out a candle, rip some wax off.
Yeah.
Dunk, dunk. Walk over. I'm not. Yeah, not even, just going to grab, pick up, and start carrying.
Okay.
Ipsis is not one for sensitivity.
Yeah, that's fair. Look, the silence spell is an AoE, so she just put one down once she noticed what was going on and stood there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you, even with the earwax, you probably notice when you enter the circle of the silence area.
It's an AoE.
Silence
The
is, not
spell
deafness.
silence is.
Oh,
Blindness,
okay.
deafness is not. Yeah, but Chloe has the silence spell.
Okay. So yeah, then I will just walk up, tap on shoulder.
Yeah. She sort of looks at you, gestures and kind of mouths way out with the.
And that's when
Yeah.
kunk over one shoulder, start walking.
It's a little awkward because she still has like a person-sized harp on her
It's fine.
back.
She can drag it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Bump. Turn
Yeah.
around, and I will just.
Make your way out.
Yep. Rinse, lather, repeat as I go to find everyone.
All right. Scott, you're standing in front of this large bell. What are you doing?
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I'm gonna try and turn around
Okay.
because something tells me that's not the way I want to go. This just seems like a bad idea. So yeah, I'm gonna try and turn around and follow the water that I put down
Yep.
as far back as I can.
Mm-hmm. You've kept that water spout continuous, so
Yep.
yeah. You start following it back. Ipsis, about at this point, you notice the water in the ground and you see Ska with wandering back, sort of redrawing the line, seemingly.
And it's just a simple, smooth motion. Walk past, circle around. So I'm walking face to face, dip down, grab, pick up, and start walking.
Ska, you have suddenly been lifted.
But I see who's doing it now, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's once you're in line of sight, you can see people.
Okay, as soon as I realize who's doing it, I'll kind of like do like the pat of like, okay, you can let me down, I can walk kind of thing.
Still walking, wearing.
You're gonna try and resist, Ska.
Her patience for these damn flowers is at an end.
No.
And she is not letting anybody. She is going to rely on herself, and that is it.
I'm not going to resist it.
Okay.
But when we get out.
Shortcutting this because you've basically solved the
Yes.
puzzle words.
Yep.
Eventually, all of you make it to the outside of this forest with your bearings roughly intact, thanks to Ipsis. Alistar is woken up with, fairly unceremoniously is kicked by the monk to awakeness.
Well, that was unpleasant. There was a really big bellflower.
Yes.
Like really big in there.
I'm sure. There, I guess. That was relatively inconvenient, but not dangerous. In the same way that we might have otherwise had to do had we skirted around. I feel secure. I feel that we made the right choice. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
You head onwards. Eventually, I assume when you guys get tired, you will camp for the night.
Yep.
Find the safest place possible to camp.
All right. Whoever's trying to find the safest place possible, make me a survival check with advantage if more than one of you is helping.
I will absolutely help. Who has the best survival?
Probably me.
Yes.
Especially since we are in forest.
Yeah.
Favorite terrain doubles your proficiency.
Doubles proficiency. Yeah. Yep, that's why I use the plus. That's why I've been adding the +4.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely you with advantage.
28.
With advantage. You find. Okay. So the Feywild doesn't exactly have places that are safe.
Right.
But you find an outcropping of rocks within the forest that is relatively easily defended and not currently dangerous.
Good enough for me.
This will work.
Who wants to take first watch?
I will take I will take Dark of Night Watch.
Okay.
So second watch.
All right. Lufina, do you want to take first?
Sure.
All right. Then I'll take third.
All right. So, Scott, there might be something you want to give Wolfina given.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot about that. Yes, I will. Before we go to watch, I will give her the longsword. Thank you for reminding me.
Shiny.
I've forgotten about it.
So,
and she will tell you all of the things about it.
yeah, which I believe I have pinged, so is now viewable to you. Wolfina, you can also roll me a religion check given your background.
Ooh.
You know the Moonblades are holy artifacts of Rella. You're not exact of the moons. You don't know much beyond that, beyond you know that there's a formal like ritual to properly attune to one.
Okay.
You know they're considered rather powerful. And you know obviously the stuff Ska learned off of Identify. Which these blades have an awareness and choose those that are worthy and meet the requirements. Typically, they pass from one person to a next in sort of a lineage of people with certain amounts of being chosen or moon touched. The sword generally chooses its own bearer, though if no one worthy is around, it becomes a normal longsword that can be smacked at people. Until someone who is worthy is there, in which case no one else can use it. Once the ritual is completed, the sword is bound for life. The ritual has to be done in a certain season. Currently, this one, if wielded by someone who meets the requirements, is a +1 sword with finesse and provides its own proficiency. You don't have to worry about your proficiencies.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't think I can use longswords.
Yeah, life clerics get heavy armor, but yeah, if you scroll down to the end of the item, it's the current things are there. It has.
Where is it?
You really should be able to see it.
It should be in the handouts.
Yep.
I don't. Okay, I must be staring right at it. Carry on. I will continue looking.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yes, I don't see it either.
All right. Fuck this. Okay.
I was gonna say I see it.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
All right. There. Maybe now.
There we go.
Yes, now I
I was
see
gonna
it.
say
Thank you.
In items, yeah.
The show to players button apparently wasn't working.
Yeah, it does. It's weird like that sometimes. I've encountered that a lot on.
I have shinies.
You do.
Yes. It is a very cool weapon. It currently has 8 runes upon the blade, of which 3 are active. The other
Really?
5 presumably hold other effects that are not currently active and would need to be activated with the ritual.
I am very grateful that you would give this to me.
she'll kind of point to the 3 swords that she has. I'm a little full up, so
I don't know who
Well-
this deity. I don't know who this deity is, and thus it would be useless to me. Also, I tend to shoot.
Use it well. I'm going to rest now. Start your watch.
All right.
New toy.
So, Wolfina, you're on first watch.
Yes.
Do you want to try and attune to the sword?
Only if I can do so and still be watchful.
Yeah. Attuning to an item it takes time, but it really requires like familiarizing yourself and aligning yourself with the magic of it. It's not
It
Yeah.
is fairly light activity.
you can't obviously perform the ritual because 1, it's not the right season, and 2, you don't know the ritual.
I have goals now.
Yeah.
Cleric life goals. Life cleric goals.
Life cleric life goals.
Yeah.
That too. But
Life cleric life goals is the name of my Creed cover band.
Sorry.
fine, I'm used to this. Jeremy's character will just die for it again.
I mean, okay, I'm joking. I would never have a Creed cover band. Sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. So yeah, as you sort of start the attunement process, you can feel the magic of the blade and sort of it definitely radiates an aura of moonlight from it. You hear a soft voice within your mind. Well, I suppose you'll do well enough.
Did I know it was going to talk to me?
No?
So I've never seen one of these before.
No, you know that they're holy artifacts, or theoretically they are, and you know what Scott told you, which is probably a more scarified version of what the text of the item says.
Okay. I'm going to, if I hear it, I'm going to sit it down and be like, I've had a very long day with hallucinations and stuff. So I'm just going to put it down there and keep walking.
All right, are you gonna try and stop attuning to it?
Just for like a few minutes, and then I'll pick it up after I've like convinced myself that I was crazy, and then I'll, spend 10 minutes just like I'm gonna stand up, stretch, get the snack, and then I'll pick it up again.
You reject me.
And I put it down again for a second. Is Scott awake?
I mean,
Trancing.
technically trancing, because, what else?
Can I do insight on the sword?
Sure. Are you going to pick it up again to do this, or just looking at it?
Maybe this is more of like a history thing. Do I trust that this is what I think it is, basically? Like, I trust that this is an artifact of relic.
History or Arcana?
Okay. I'm gonna do a history. Not a very good roll.
With a 9, you don't know much about these items. You know, you were taught about them in sort of like the history of our religion, but it's also something that's pretty private and carefully guarded. You know that all of the Moonblades were lost, like, just over time, and or we kind of lost track of them. They're probably around somewhere. But you're not exactly familiar with it. But Identify is a reasonably powerful spell for if an item is a specific item, unless it's a specifically created deception item, Identify will pick up what it is.
It will pick up whether it's been corrupted or something.
Yeah, if it's been blighted, most Identifies will pick it up. If I created an item that was a fake healing potion, sometimes Identify won't, but...
Okay. But I'm reasonably confident that she would have noticed if this had been, like, tampered with by some creepy fae and messed with.
Like, how confident are you in Ska and Ska's holy magic? Because that's entirely dependent on the caster of Identify.
I don't know her very well.
You've seen her identify other stuff, though, I think.
Yeah. She's gonna risk making Scott angry and walk over and say, I'm really sorry to bother you. Please don't panic.
Scott will open her eyes. What's up?
And she points to, how confident are you in your read on that thing?
Ska was like any other time you cast Identify.
I'm not sure I know what you mean. Why? What's up?
This is the Feywild.
Yeah.
So you're not going to look at me like I've lost my mind when I say this.
I mean, I don't think I will. What's up?
It talked.
Well, what did it say?
You'll do.
Guy, you can make me an Arcana given you identified this item.
Okay. 15.
This is a sword that chooses its wielder. That isn't too weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I identified it and it was like, you know, it'll choose the one that can wield it properly. So, I mean,
you know that meant in the literal I choose you kind of.
Apparently so.
Okay.
I mean, it seems to be cool with you, so there's that, I guess.
You didn't get any bad vibes from it?
No? I mean,
okay.
I can in the morning if you want, I can try to detect good and evil on it, see if it's evil or something, but
if I start doing anything,
I mean, technically I could do that now. Well, no, I didn't because I don't have that prepared. But
if I do anything that seems untoward or potentially corrupt Fey entity-ish, will you please take that away from me for a while?
Sure thing.
Thank you. Sorry to disturb you.
No worries. If you start going crazy, I'll chop your arm off if I have to get it from you.
Thank you.
I like that its reaction was basically, B minus, good enough.
I
You're
will
the
go.
only one I've known for a while.
Generations.
I've been lonely. You'll do.
All right. So do you pick it up again and start trying to?
Yes, I pick it up and say, "I'm sorry that I left you for a moment. I needed to check on something."
Do you reject me?
No, nothing like that.
Give me a persuasion or deception roll based on how honest you're being.
I don't reject it.
Still, persuasion or deception.
He basically
I
was like,
am, however,
can
afraid
you
of you.
hold, please?
Are you of Rella?
Are you a protector?
I'm sorry, I missed that last word.
Are you a protector?
In a manner of speaking.
Prove yourself to me then.
By what means?
Convince me.
Convince you of what?
I have existed through ages of time, been wielded by many great heroes, and now we sit at the edge of an era where heroes neglect their duties and fall to fate's unbecoming. Convince me that I should awaken and give the goddess's blessings to you, one who left and was lost. Convince me you are still as worthy as your birth would indicate. And at that point, the sword's blade sort of burns with cold, and you find yourself dropping it, and this shiver running through you, numbing your fingers.
I bend to pick it up again and try my best to hang on.
Do you say anything?
I consider it.
Clarify.
I'm considerate. I mean, I'm looking at it in a. I'm trying to consider, because it's true. I'm really probably not worthy per se, and I'm definitely not a hero. I just would like to go home.
Make me an. I'll go with insight.
Okay. I can't roll anything but 8s.
All you can feel is the consciousness within the sword judging you with this raw power you're not quite familiar with. This is an old blade, and its age obfuscates any sense of it you might be able to get.
Okay.
You reject me.
I embrace Rella. And I will. Can I see the first moon?
Kind of. On this plane, it's a little funky, but yeah.
Okay. I will attempt to maintain my duty to my friends by not closing my eyes in prayer, but I will put the sword in front of me horizontally and kneel and quietly murmur a prayer to Rella, asking for protection and insight.
Make me a wisdom saving throw. We'll see how this goes. So even though you're not closing your eyes and you're trying to keep aware, you also feel you see this image. All of the moons are occasionally depicted in their human form, or a sort of humanoid form. Rella generally has long flowing silver hair and a great shield, and you sort of see that form standing in front of you, facing away. And sort of turns, not enough that you can see the full face, but turns in your direction as you pray. This fig, and you feel the sword glow slightly. And you hear that voice in your head again. Well, we'll see. We'll try this for a season.
I hope not to disappoint you.
Then act for our goddess instead of just demonstrating your words. All right. And you are attuned to the blade in its current form, meaning you have a +1 finesse longsword that you don't need to be proficient with.
Awesome.
To clarify, when you say don't need to be proficient with, does that mean that she gets a proficiency bonus even though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
make sure that was yeah.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Cool.
Yep. Okay. So, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Next watch comes and goes. Ibsis, is there anything you wanted to do?
No, it's just does finds the tree with the best vantage point, even if it's not climbable. If it's not climbable, just puts her back against it. And it's just is used to traveling alone. So it's just going to just sort of wait there, not really, and just be pretty much at ease because this is how she normally spends the night.
All right. Third watch passes. Unless there's anything someone wanted to do,
Nope.
you arrive at morning again.
Yep, wake everybody up.
Pack up all our stuff and move out.
All right. You head out, I assume.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cool.
Take point.
Roll me a survival check.
Make
You
sure
are
we
still
don't-
in forest.
Make sure we don't die within reason. Survival, natural explorer. 31.
Yeah, that'll work. Someone roll me a D100 so I actually know what I'm doing today.
36.
All right.
I'm gonna click on this. And see
So,
if it's right.
because you've already cleared that one,
Gonna be a beautiful relationship.
yeah, that'll hit whatever you're trying to hit.
Just swinging it through the air.
Ah.
See how it feels. Did I code that right? I can't even tell.
Let's see. It looks like yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. There's dex, there's proficiency, there's magic. Yep.
Thank you.
Out of nowhere, just walking all of a sudden.
That makes me feel good.
No, a natural 20 doesn't hit your allies.
Unless you
That would be
want
the
it
opposite.
She's gonna hit anyone and be Alistar.
I'm
I
sorry,
just-
I totally missed what you said because my internet bonked out for a second.
Oh, that's okay. We're just joking that you threw the sword and it like tonk. Ugh.
Just joking about you killing one of the party. No
Yours.
problem. No big deal.
It actually works surprisingly well. Like for a weapon that you're not quite familiar with, it's well balanced and pretty intuitive.
Feels good. This might not be so bad.
All right.
Awesome.
Yep. And we are just keep on. Along the trip, Ipsis is very quiet unless spoken to. Just guiding the way. You move towards Winterwings, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Winter Wings.
Port of Winterwings, I assume. That's where you were headed yesterday.
Yes.
No,
that is
I've
where we
changed
are.
course. I'm heading us towards the sea because I'm going to throw everybody in the sea, take all of their stuff, and walk off alone.
Good luck. You don't actually have any agreement with the Father of Wolves to get back to the material plane.
Yeah,
So-
see. That's fine. I'll keep Alistar alive. He won't remember them.
That is fair. That's
You don't
actually
remember where to go,
disturbingly
though.
Fair.
I'll find the Father Wolves eventually.
You know where it is.
Yeah.
You just haven't personally spoken to him about getting a trip back to the material plane.
I wait till we reach the shore, come up with some story to make it. No, it's fine. We're going a long way around. Because this way,
Safer
when you
this
travel
way.
along the shoreline, you know it's something solid to use as a guiding mark. Then wait till everybody's asleep, shoot them all in the head.
So at roughly the end of the day, the sort of roughly even forest you've been going through just sort of starts going at a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
Like it's still flat, but jutting upwards. At the beginning, of what seems to be a mountain. And as you start to climb, yeah. You start to climb, we've actually run a little ways over, so that's where we're gonna end for the night.
Alrighty then.
Go. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.